Right, so we're back again. I've been having trouble with the original clocks. See that capacitor over there? That one blew out because lots of water got into the casing and it killed the clocks. And I replaced the capacitor, but it worked for a little while, but the pads had finally had it on the board, and you can see the board is pretty much dead. So I went ahead and bought myself some of these. A few good reviews, a few negative reviews, but I thought I'd give them a go anyway, and they did look quite nice. I'll show you how they sort of light up. Got them all wired in lovely, fuel gauge works just fine. Revs work fine. And she goes through the gears. So you got first gear, yes, let's turn the engine off. First gear. Oh, okay, better if I keep the engine running. Oops. First gear, second gear, third gear, fourth gear, fifth gear, yes, third, second, maybe that neutral, into neutral, all the right buttons working, high beam light, you can change colour. Show you how I got them all wired in. Obviously I had a spare plug, because the plug off the alarm is the same plug you need for the end, but obviously I sat there. The wiring diagram for it had the wires internally, so you have to take the casing apart so you can see the board to work out the wiring diagram, to then trace the wires. Luckily on the back of the original clocks on the board as well, it says what wires what, and I figured it out, got it all wired in, so it's all wired perfectly. The gear selector plug was the right plug, right? He was the perfect plug anyway, it's just two wires were the wrong way around, so I can't remember which ones they were, so I swapped two wires over, wired the speed sensor in. But here's the problem, there's supposed to be a way to set these up, program and get into a program mode, so you can set the amount of cylinders, you can set the rotational size of the tyres, so you can get the speedometer to work and all that malarkey. You can't access the menu. All the other reviews say the exact same thing, they're complete trash. Complained to him, he offered me a partial refund. Well, what's the point in a speedometer that doesn't register speed? I mean, as nice as they look, it doesn't register any speed, so what's the point in them? I then complained to Amazon. Amazon offered me a full refund and said throw them away, so that's where they're going. But I thought I'd show you what they look like fitted. I mean, they do look nice. Obviously I was planning on going on a nice universal LED light there maybe, because my original housing's smashed and I can't for the life of me find a replacement green headlight. So I was going to give up and get one of them round LED lights, nice and bright, but I haven't bothered. All I did to fit them, you can see I took a chunk off the top. So there was a chunk here, cut off. Cut a little notch in there, just to get that bolt to slide in. And on the other side, literally put a notch in the side. It went in lovely. And then I had to take a little notch out of there, which I was planning on removing that and smoothing it out. It's just a notch to get the housing to clear, and it sits almost dead perfectly. I mean, I'd say for a quick 5-minute throw it on, that sort of went dead center. So there they are. They're good, they're fine, but they don't work, so they're going to get thrown in the bin. I have ordered a nice brand new set. So I went on to Chinese Motor Parts online. I've ordered the brand new clocks, so I'm going to go and fit those in a minute. No point seeing that because it's just standard clocks being put on. Don't know what to do, because obviously I'm going to lose the original mileage, so I'm thinking my plan is just to write the original mileage on the bottom of the clocks somewhere so that I can remember. But here's the joke. MOT, it was a year ago that I MOT'd it, and it's done next to nothing since, because it's spent a few months in the insurance compound, then winter, and yes, I'm a chicken rider, I can't be asked to ride in the cold. I've got a car, I've got a heater, right, I'm not going to bother with that. But I was planning on riding it soon, but the MOT's due, I'd say 4 days time, I can't remember, but it's due. And I've got to explain to him, the MOT tester, that okay, he MOT'd it, you know, a year ago today. It done 2 miles home and got smashed to smithereens and got thrown into an insurance compound, and was never saw the light of day for the whole of summer. And it came back and I've barely ridden it. I've probably done maybe 1,000 miles since I've even owned it, so not even a lot. But yeah, she is a nice bike, and I can't wait to get it back on. But yeah, let's throw these off, see how far I can throw them down the garden, because they're trash. Don't buy them, rubbish. I mean, I'm sure there's a few decent sellers out there that have got ones that actually work. I've seen a few people saying on YouTube videos, this is how you're programming, and he's showing you them programming them. But obviously I've tried every method I've seen online, even from completely different clocks that aren't the same clocks. I still can't get these ones to go. So yeah, they were, how much were they? Under £40, under £40 off Amazon. But you know, junk. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead, fit the other clocks. So I've got the standard clocks. I mean, even if I fitted, let me show you this. So if I put on, you know, those clocks would have sat nice. I mean, you can see it just would catch this piece of trim here, but I was going to cut all that out because you can see it's a bit smashed up from accident damage anyway, but not too worried. Anyway, that's about it really. If you want to know how to wire these in, I could show you in depth. I mean, there's a this one here, I can't remember what it was for. It was something like the that's the ECU wire, that one. That was something else that's not used on this bike, obviously. But all the other colours were pretty easy to work out. Left indicator, right indicator. So you got wires like left indicator, right indicator. Hold on a minute, wait there. Right, here he is, found him. So when I cut the plug off that it comes with, which is this one, which is obviously male to male, so it doesn't fit, so you cut that one off. And these are the wires that come out of it. So I went round and worked out on the Venom, this is where they need to go to. So you've got your permanent live dead in the middle, earth furthest away from the locking tab, ignition live at the very top, and then you've got your indicators and high beams. I can't remember which one's which now off the top of my head. Obviously that one there is for ECU light. Simple things really, but that's how I ended up wiring them to go out of the clocks. And then on the back of the original clocks, where did I see it? See over here, it had pin layout. So you got in the top right corner, so starting from top right, got gear 2, gear 1, speed sensor, revs, neutral light, what was LF? I can't remember. EE is ECU, I think, and on this it was blanked out. Fuel gauge, turn right indicator, turn left indicator, WT I think was for high beams, and you got gear 3, gear 4, gear 5, gear 6. Yeah, look, the bike hasn't got a gear 6. Gear 6, ground, can't remember, power, battery, ground. And then that gave me a start, and the rest I worked out as I went along. But these poor clocks, they had their day. I think obviously they were out, the cover came off the bike, they got wet, they got a bit too wet and it's fried them. So not to worry, they did survive the accident. Well, the casing didn't. If you remember, I swapped the casing over from someone that donated me a case. That was fine, but the cover came off in the rain. It got soaked. I put the cover back on obviously, and the water was still inside the clocks and they died. But well, the other jobs I've got to do today, I'm going to fit a new alarm, because the alarm shorted out on me a few months ago, and I just decided I'll just buy a new one. They're £21 from Chinese motorcycle parts online. So new alarm, new key fobs. I think pretty much now, because I've got a spare speaker that still works and a spare alarm that still works, I've pretty much got another alarm that I've got spare laying around that I could probably fit to the Gladiator. I have not bothered anything with the Gladiator, so I'm just gonna get rid of it, see what I can get for it. I don't care. I think apart from buying it, it's only cost me so far £25 for a logbook. So yeah, anyway, that's it. Don't buy stupid clocks from Amazon. Buy the standard clocks. I mean, obviously these ones didn't cost me anything because I got the full refund, but oh, they do look good though. Look at that. They look perfect. They look really good on there. Ah, such a shame. Never mind. I can't put up with having no speedo. I've got a speed camera on the way to work, so I kind of need to know exactly what speed I'm doing. I can't just gauge it. So, alright, anyway, catch you in the next video.